Yes! Yes! Sheesh! Ang galing ko talaga. Champion na naman.
Galing mo ah!
Ang angas kasi nitong bagong MSI laptop ko, kuya. Feel ko, andun talaga ako sa game.
Sus! Wala sa pana yan, nasa Indian yan.
Ha? Sige nga. Try mo.
Sige nga.
Sabi sa'yo eh.
Hello, good evening. I didn't know na it's already live. We're on the dot. So, good evening, everybody. I'm really excited to have this wonderful episode with you. And just want to introduce myself first before we dive in. Welcome to the PGA Girls Night Out. So, this is a very new um, episode focusing on women. Yes, because it's our month, March. So, PGA Girls Night Out is your home, anything about freelancing. So, tune in sa mga pag-uusapan natin kasi it's all about doing our craft in different industries kasi iba-iba naman tayo ng mga skills today. So, let me um, short intro with the other women that we will be joining na makakasama ko for tonight. So I can't wait to introduce them with you. Let me go first with Anne, who will be joining me there. And before natin tawagin yung iba pa, can you have a short intro para makilala ka lang, Anne, ng ating audience for tonight?
Yeah. Yeah, thank you so much, Janelle. Maraming salamat. Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat, mga ka-PGA viewers. So, alam pa sa inyo, I'm sure nakilala niyo sa mga past podcast. Wala again, Beltran. And I'm a self-taught creative na merong 15 years of experience. So, I started as a generalist or an all-around graphic designer, no? Na ngayon, nag-specialize na ako bilang isang motion designer. So, regarding sa career ko naman or job, I'm working in a global company. Kilala to sa Pilipinas na this is the largest private employer in the whole Philippines na meron silang 46 sites sa buong bansa, no? So, ngayon, dito ako ngayon nagwo-work sa UK. So, ang minamanage naman namin is yung EMEA region, which is the Europe, Middle East, and Africa. So, ngayon, a little bit about how I became a creative, no? Lahat ng creativity ko or creative skills, naipon siya when I'm handling a computer business, a small family business. In my whole 8 years namin inoperate, doon ko lahat na nagawang i-upskill lahat ng creative skills, more on self-learning talaga. So, bukod sa education namin na dating, ang kinuha ko dating education is information technology, which is more on computers. Doon na-introduce sa amin during that time yung Photoshop. So, simula doon sa Photoshop, doon nagsimula yung self-learning ko, just learning on one software. So, hanggang doon muna. Kaya, magpapasalamat po ako na nandito po kayo sa aming podcast ngayon. Thank you very much.
Next is, let me call in Aiza.
Hello, everybody. Good evening, good morning to other parts of the world. Ayan, I'm Aiza. I'm a freelance graphic designer. I'm also the founder of a creative group, parang PGA. It's Graphic Artists of the Philippines. Yan, ang ka-creative fusion ng PGA. Then, I also have a small printing business. So, mga medyo business tayo. Dahil paminsan pag napapagod ka na sa pag-freelance, mag-design, so na lang mag-printing. Para may ibang ginagawa. So, hello mga girls at mga boys na nanonood.
And syempre, last but definitely not the least, RK.
Hi everyone. Thanks for inviting me here today. Just to introduce myself, my name is RK. I'm the creative director of Simmer Studios. If you guys know me already, I post sometimes in PGA and also on my social media, and I'm super thankful for this opportunity to share some of my knowledge and skills when it comes to branding and all things creative. So yeah, with that, hindi ko na papatagalin. So we have a lot of time to talk about each other. So let's do it.
Thanks, ladies, for having a short intro para makilala tayo ng audience natin. And before I forget and dive in sa mga pag-uusapan natin, let me give a brief background din sa mga listeners also sa podcast platform natin. So I'm Janelle. What I do is email marketing. So we have an agency focusing on not only in email marketing, but we also do Facebook and IG ads. And on the side, I'll also coach and mentor yung mga freelancers who want to transition as agency owners or be it solopreneurs. So, I can't wait to dive in sa mga pag-uusapan natin kasi napaka-exciting ng mga topics. Kagaya nung nasabi ko kanina at the beginning of this podcast is PGA is home for anything about freelancing. When we say freelancing, let's talk about our journey. I'm sure everyone is still in this journey. Meron lang mga nauna and meron na continuously doing it and yung iba talaga is focusing on their growth. So I'm curious to know if all of you ba ay may background na talaga sa freelancing or you started really in the corporate world. So anyone can share their journey.
All right, so I can come first, I guess. So, let me share my story when it comes to freelancing and being a business owner. So, I had a privilege to also share this yesterday with Brian. And to those who are just watching this now, let me share to you my journey when it comes to my design journey in general. So I was a communication arts graduate. So basically, that's actually not super centered in design. So it's safe to say that I am a self-taught designer who studied Adobe Illustrator, Adobe After Effects on my own. So like Anne, I really found the passion in graphics in general. So also motion graphics. So it's really something that I like to do when I was already after college na. So when I was in college, I really wanted to be a filmmaker, but things didn't work out with that path or that route. So it's not really something that I would say my regrets, because it's something that I still enjoy. I love watching films, and not just because I didn't achieve that kind of success in terms of film in the film industry doesn't mean I regret it. But I do have my low moments when I was doubting myself before. So before after that, when I started exploring again, I got to learn more about PowerPoint design when I was in school, since yun yung usually ginagawa namin. So PowerPoint, some thesis. So during that time, I found myself really trying to excel with the designs that I'm doing in the PowerPoint. So with that, nagtry ako mag-study with kind of advanced graphics. So parang dun ko nakita na, oh, this is fun. And hanggang sa napunta ako sa branding. And eventually, I started designing org posters sa school and all those stuff. And that's where I realized my passion. And after that, when I was after college, I always wanted to start my own creative studio. That has always been the end game or the dream that I always had. But I realized I needed experience when it comes to the real world, which means I had to go to corporate to also learn more about these things. So that's what I did. After college, I started working in the corporate field. I was a multimedia artist, so I was doing motion graphics, I was doing some graphic design, so a bit all around, but mostly creative things. So that's where I kind of practiced everything. The corporate world is really not what you think it is, in a way that you really learn a lot there. So if you look at the good side in the corporate world, it's really something that I think would really help you or hone your skills further. So for example, before I really hated the pen tool, pero nung nag-corporate ako, I was really mastering the pen tool there. So yun yung mga things that I was thankful for when I was in the corporate world. I'm not saying it as a bad thing. I'm always saying the good side of things. So yun yung time na I was really learning a lot about the industry pa lang. Kasi nung college nga ako, I wasn't really able to study them. So ngayon pa lang ako natututo that time. So after that, I was pretty confident to start my own business na. And after corporate, sabi ko, it's time to start my own agency, which is called Simmer Studios. It's a long story also on how I started Simmer. But basically, from freelancing, when I was also in the corporate, nag-freelance ako on the side, here and there. I have small clients here and there. So, when I started my studio, I had to start over basically with everything. So it's a good experience. We all start from zero. I guess I would save the kwento for the Simmer Studios part later. But basically, we all start somewhere. I started as a student to a freelancer who's also an employee from a corporate agency to a business owner now. So that's my journey. That's what my journey looks like. So I also would love to hear from you, Janelle, on how you created your own studio. So I'm looking forward to hear that. And also Isa and Anne story.
Thanks, RK. It's pretty interesting. I love knowing more about your background.
Mm-hmm.
So at least with you, it's really connected. Sa akin
Mm.
kasi, totally not. So I'm a
Oh,
policy graduate.
okay.
And then after that, I work in a bank.
Oh,
And then ngayon, I'm into marketing. So I really don't have a background. And I never imagined myself to be in the marketing industry since iba yung understanding ko about it. And I feel like since as a person, I know myself na I'm very logical, analytical. So I'm not really creative.
uh-huh.
So sabi ko, it's not really a skill of mine. Parang I never imagined myself to be in this industry. And then pandemic happened and my mom is a senior citizen already and she has a health condition. And at that time, our our company is slowly planning to go back to the office and I'm not really comfortable like to kumbaga somehow it will be a risk for my family. So I thought of what can I do that would give me a career na work from home forever.
Yeah.
So that's where I discovered freelancing or even before pandemic pa I'm already considering to do it
Mm-mm.
kasi um syempre as we all know na it's challenging yung transportation when you're working in the corporate. So it's really exhausting physically and especially it's consuming so much time for you. So my realization at that time is it seems like I have no life already. It's like a cycle na I go to work, office, and there. And then I discovered specifically yung skill which is email marketing.
Mhm.
I got really fascinated. Like you have the potential income to earn like six figures just by writing emails.
Mm-mm.
So I'm like,
So
wait,
you
what?
studied it. You studied it talaga. Self-study,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
I invested in the course
Mm-hmm.
to run through, but most of the knowledge that I have, just like you, it's more of the self study talaga. So it's fascinating for me because I'm like, wait, what? I can earn that
Mm-hmm.
big and it's part of my job to do emails. So I'm
Yeah.
not earning like six figures pa naman at that time. So doon nag-start yung journey ko to do freelancing and eventually build my own agency also. So there. And I would love to know your story naman, Aiza.
Ako I started sa corporate. So 8 years ako nag-corporate as a sales and marketing officer. Dun tayo nag-start. 8 years. I took up, bali pangarap ko talaga maging animator. Unfortunately, animation, hindi talaga, nag-shift ako ng course, fine arts ako, tapos nag-shift ako ng course to advertising and public relations due to some personal, mga reasons, mga makabagbag damdaming mga pangyayari. So, nag-shift tayo from pangarap na maging animator to um, more on marketing na siya, advertising and public relations. Tapos 8 years, on my last year sa corporate, yan medyo nagiging matunog na yung freelancing eh. So nalaman yung mga age natin, parang mas pinakamatanda yata ako dito. Ayun, so hindi ako nag-jump agad into freelancing. Parang nag 50-50 ako. I work sa corporate pero sa gabi I work as a freelance which is nakaka-drain siya. Pero nung na-secure ko na yung isang client ko na ire-regular na nila ako, do'n ako nag-jump into to full-time freelancing. Actually, more on work from home siya kasi may boss ka pa din, eh. So, hindi talaga siya freelancing. Pero yun nga, ikaw mismo magfa-file ng ITR mo and everything. Wala ng HR na maghahawak ng mga documents mo. So, yun. Yun, tapos nag-jump ulit ako sa corporate kasi na-bore after 3 years yata. After 3 to 4 years, na-bore ako sa work from home. Nag-corporate ako for a year in a coffee company. Hindi ko na babanggitin yung brand, pero masarap yung coffee nila. Tas sa Philippines siya. Super sarap ng coffee nila. Pero until ngayon, I do work with some projects nila. 1 year lang ako doon, tas ayun, napagod ako sa corporate. Tumatanda na tayo. So, yun, nag-freelance ulit. So, paiba-iba ng mood. Ano pa ba? So, yun lang yung journey ko sa freelancing. Ngayon, mukhang full-time na. I do have a small printing business din. So, yun, mas hawak mo yung oras mo, nakaka-work ka kahit saan, kahit di ka maligo, ganon. So, si Anne naman, let's know about Anne's journey naman sa freelancing.
Sige. Thank you, Aiza. Nakakatawa naman yung story mo. So, ako medyo mahaba-haba rin, no, bago ako nakarating sa freelancing. So, unahin ko muna yung time na paano ko na-achieve ang pagiging motion designer. So, yung nagkaroon talaga ako ng interest sa animation ever since high school, no? Na bored ako sa teacher ko, actually. Dahil dun sa boredom, naisipan ko gumawa ng flipbook dun sa textbook namin. Tapos, ang ginawa ko doon sa textbook, gumawa ko na parang bouncing ball. Ayun, natuwa ako doon sa ginawa ko animation. As in yung buong textbook, ginawa ko siyang parang animated na ba, tatotong flipbook nga. So, doon talaga nagsimula because of boredom. Tapos, nung third year college, doon na-introduce sa amin yung unang software na nagamit ko for digital animation, which is the Macromedia Flash, yun, na ngayon ay tawag ay Adobe Animate CC. Yun ang tawag ngayon. Pero di ko siya ginagamit. Ang madalas kong ginagamit talaga is After Effects. So, nakagawa ko ng unang digital animation nun. Parang pinag-testing lang sa amin kasi yung time na yun, yung prof namin, iniwan lang kami sa classroom saglit. Sabi niya, doon lang kami, explore lang daw namin yung Macromedia. Tapos, so tinry ko siya, kinakapa-kapa ko. Kasi naalala ko yung pinsan ko na mahilig siya maglaro ng Ragnarok. Siguro sa mga viewers natin na meron dito na mga mahilig maglaro ng Ragnarok, no? Lagi ko nakikita yung character, tuwan-tuwa ako kasi ang cute-cute niya. Yun, ang tawag doon yung pouring. Kung alam niyo yung character na pouring na sobrang cute, ayun, yun yung ginawa kong parang experiment dun sa Macromedia Flash, which is yung pouring. Yun yung pinakauna ko talagang animation. Tapos, ang pinakauna ko talagang job after kong graduate from college is nagtrabaho ako sa Enchanted Kingdom. Kaso doon sa Enchanted Kingdom, hindi talaga ako naging permanent noon. Lang ako contractual. So after kong mag-employ doon sa Enchanted Kingdom, nag-jump agad ako sa small business nga namin, which is yung internet cafe. So naka-experience na agad ako mag-manage ng business. So within that 8 years, yung time na sabi ko na, di ba, nakapag-explore ako ng Photoshop. Nung year, naku, sasabihin ko na yung year kung mahalata nyo ng edad ko. So, nag-open kami ng computer shop noong 2007. Tapos, nung nag-introduce na kami ng photo ID offer or yung photo ID a year after 2008. Simula na nag-offer kami noon, doon na ako nagsimula mag-explore ng Photoshop. Kasi, syempre, kailangan ko matuto ng Photoshop eh. So, doon na ako nagsimula. Tapos, throughout those years, bukod sa Photoshop, may iba rin akong skills na natutunan. Iba doon yung video editing, tapos audio editing, tapos photo manipulation. Lahat yun naipon kasi gawa ng mga customers na pumapasok, yung nire-request nila kung kaya ko ba daw gawin to. Ako, di ko siya kaya reject kasi kita yan eh. So, kailangan ko talaga i-challenge sa sarili ko na kaya ko to. Sige, oo, kaya ko. Pero kahit di ko pa alam, ang ginagawa kong diskarte doon is pinag-aaralan ko siya. Kaya doon naipon lahat talaga ng mga skills ko. Kaya hanggang ngayon, nagagamit ko pa rin. Which is yun nga, doon sa motion design ko siya ginagamit. Tapos, during that time na nagmamanage kami ng business, doon ko na-discover ang freelancing. During the mid-year, kalagitnaan na yun. Yung freelancing, tapos ang una kong naging client, tanda ko, is yung photo booth business. Kasi yung around, let's see, 2011, ayun, 2010, 2011, nag-boom yung mga photo booth business during that time. So, ang dami nagbubukasan ng mga photo booth. As in, nakikita ko siya sa mga Facebook, sa mga online. Ang dami mga nagbo-boom na photo booth business, yung mga para sa wedding, sa birthday. Nagkaroon ako ng 2 photo booth client na minanage ko sila for around 2 years. 2 years. 2 sila. Tapos, so after kong ma-let go ko na yung 2 photo booth client, nag-jump na ako into Upwork. Yung first time ko na-discover Upwork, yung dati siya, nalimutan ko yung pangalan niya eh. Odes, ayun, tanda ko na. Odes siya, tapos naging Upwork na siya ngayon. Tapos, nung na-discover ko na yung Upwork, nakakuha ako ng client na taga New York, USA. Matagal ko siya naging client nun. So, around 4 years. 4 years ko siya naging client from 2016 until 2020. Ayan, okay naman siya. Ay, sorry. Natama ako yung microphone ko. Okay naman siya. Maayos naman siyang client. Tapos, ang naging ko lang is, hindi siya yung tipong premium talaga, no? Marami siya pinagawa. So, talagang all-around graphic designer ang trabaho ko sa kanya. So, nagsimula muna as a Photoshop assistant kasi nakalagay sa kanyang sa kanyang parang job offer, Photoshop assistant. Pagkatapos na marami na siya pinapagawa. Meron ng sa marketing niya. Tapos, ang pinaka-importanting naging project ko sa kanya is yung mga logos. Ang dami niya pinagawang logo noon. 23 logos, ang dami. Bukod sa main brand, meron pa mga sub-brands, ang dami niya. Pinagawa niya lahat sa akin yon. Tapos ayun, dahil doon sa marami siyang pinagawang logo, okay din, malaki din na kinita ko doon dahil doon sa mga logos na yun. Yes, I'm very proud naman kasi doon din ako natuto mag-design ng mga logos because of that project. So yun, at this point in time, dito ako ngayon sa UK, tuloy pa rin ang freelancing ko kaso dahil sa job ko in a corporate, it's a challenge sa totoo lang kasi you have to be good at managing time. Siyempre, ang first priority mo talaga yung trabaho mo, di ba? Pagiging empleyado mo. Pero if time permits, kaya ko pa isingit your freelancing career ko, which is sa ngayon, ang tinatanggap ko ay logo animation. So, that's it for me. Mm-hmm.
It's so interesting, Anne. Speaking of, since medyo na mention mo na yung when it comes to handling clients as part of our dancing journey, I'm interested to know each of you. Siyempre, hindi mawawala yung struggles, especially when you're starting. Lalo na if you're a beginner, you're newbie, although you have a background already, like most of you, like into multimedia or background din when it comes sa college. Pero what struggles can you share and in establishing your freelance business nung nagsisimula kayo? Anyone can begin.
Let me start again. So I think that's a wonderful topic to discuss, especially we're all freelancers here and business owners as well. So I would like to share my experience when I was starting out Simmer Studios. As what I've mentioned earlier, the opportunities that I had to put on my portfolio mostly was just when I was starting out my freelance career. So just small clients here and there, small brands, startup brands, and also just some works from my college life. So yung mga org posters, those are the things that I can only showcase on my portfolio. So when it started, Simmer Studios, I started doing passion projects so I can showcase my works, ganyan. And the main thing or the main challenge was really getting clients. For sure, everyone here had to experience this when we were all starting. So the difficulty in getting clients is really the hardest part because it's really something that would sustain your business in the long run. So what I did, of course, we all had to start somewhere. So the main thing, or like the what's free, or I was thinking, ano ba yung, what can I do to market this if I don't really have the money yet, or wala akong capital or anything. The only capital that I had was really just my laptop. So yun lang. So that's really just really something that I actually declared nung I was applying for a business permit, kasi usually sa DTI tinatanong yung capital mo. So I just put how much my laptop was, tapos yun na yung capital ko. So that's how I started it. And then I realized that social media is free. It's out there. And yeah, that's, as I said, I would utilize social media to advertise my studio. So I did go to Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Well, hindi pa super uso yung TikTok that time, 5 years ago. That's when I started Simmer. And um fortunately, actually, with the right hashtags, napansin ako sa Twitter. And that's how everything started. And from the first client project, of course, we had to charge very low. I mean, not really super low, but not as the same as today. So way much lower than what we charge today, definitely. Because we were still putting our name out there. We don't even have followers yet. We don't have so much works yet. So that's also the struggle. So when you start with a low price, of course, it's gonna be hard. But if you continue creating connections from one project to another, it eventually, especially if your portfolio will grow with these kinds of connections, then it will really be worth it, because now there's really a big difference on the pricing change, especially when we got bigger clients in the long run. And my main advice is to really utilize what you have right now, which is social media. If you make use of social media the right way, and yeah, email marketing, we have yet to discover, actually, Janelle. We don't really use email marketing yet, and would love to learn from you if ever. It's really more on social media where we advertise. So that's really how we started. So really, just the Twitter, one tweet was just the one that got viral, and then tuloy-tuloy na siya. So from one client, my advice is also do your best with one client, and all the connections will come in. So unexpected connections are really we really cannot we don't really know how to I don't really know how to explain it also, but if you really do well with one client, you don't know their connections are. So sometimes if you do well with one client, their friends could refer you to different kinds of people, and that's really what happened with our studio. So that's really kind of the story of how we struggled with clients and how we overcame it. So there, I would love to know your stories also, Janelle, Isa, and Anne.
Siguro I can answer first after RK. And thanks, RK, for sharing your story. Aside from kumbaga yung struggles mo, it's nice also for the watchers, listeners to know like specific set of advice na nabanggit mo earlier. For sure, it will be helpful for them to have an idea, especially for the newbie, for the beginners, on how really to get clients. And I second on what you said earlier dun sa mga when kumbaga how to get clients. But for me naman, the struggle is really energy management. As we all know, sabi nga yung time natin, we cannot really manage it kasi it's 24 hours. So for me, energy management, since when I started freelancing, I'm still in the corporate. So I'm juggling my day job with freelancing. So I work in a bank before 9 to 6, and then 6 to 2. 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. and then 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. I'm doing freelancing already. And then one of the challenges there is kasama yung it's really physically exhausting, and wala talagang tulog, literally, kasi juggling two things, sobrang nakakapagod talaga siya. Pero what drive me to keep going is may future plan na I don't want to stay anymore. It's not my preference to go back in the corporate and the office setup since I'm more comfortable nga na remote, which nabanggit earlier din ni Aiza na yung lifestyle talaga yung what I love. Like you're very flexible when it comes to your time, when it comes to the location of your work, as long as you have net connection. And aside from the struggle talaga na juggling two things, kasi I was also very practical at the time. I don't want to jump in right away ng freelancing 100% since na it's a business. So there's nothing certain yet, and I don't want to dive in na hindi pa solid yung clients na I'm getting at that time. So one pain point then struggle is really getting clients. Although I have a background before in business since my family is doing traditional business, we did also franchising. Pero iba kasi yung getting customers versus getting clients. Iba yung approach when it comes to product-based businesses and service-based businesses. It's different style talaga in approach. So saka naman I started same like RK, being really visible. It's important that you have an online presence kasi it's kind of ironic na we're digital marketers or digital creatives. Pero kumbaga hindi na-feel yung presence natin online. So it's really helpful then. And even up until to this day, I keep continuing on being active on social media kasi it's really powerful talaga na yung organic, and when you get inbound leads, alam mo na warm na talaga sila. Kumbaga, when they reach out to you, you know that they're really interested. Unlike nang you will be the one who will do the outreach. So for me, I started also from there, social media, since pretty recent lang ako start during the pandemic, so I highly utilize like Facebook groups, being active kung ano yung niche ko and yung target market sa service ko, which is with me it's email marketing, focusing on e-commerce businesses. Although right now since sa agency, we also cater sa mga service-based businesses. So from there, I keep on engaging, and yung mga FB groups, may mga questions dyan yung specific community. So I answer yung mga questions right there, and kumbaga they get to be familiar with me since lagi na ako nag-appear dun sa Facebook group na yan. So somehow nababuild yung authority, yung credibility with what I do, and then dun na nag-start. And I really like what RK said. It's really true, especially for those newbies and beginners. It will really take you one client lang talaga when you're starting. And if you did excellent job talaga, so that one client, that will be the starting point. And from there, you will get another client and just keep on delivering exceptional service lang talaga. Referrals are really powerful to keep your business really sustainable. So that's what happened to me also. So how about you naman, Aiza? Some challenges with you?
Before I share my struggle, siguro bati muna tayo sa mga nanonood sa atin. Hello kay Lonay, kay Fred, kay John. Sa mga nanonood sa Graphic Artist Philippines, share din namin yung stream sa Gap. And sa mga iba pang streaming platform, sa mga nanonood, hello. So ako naman yung struggle ko, actually naranasan ko yung mga struggle nyo na minsan kasi syempre kapag marami kang gustong bilhin, gusto mo marami kang client. So ang hirap din maghanap ng bagong clients like nung struggle ni RK. Tapos struggle ko rin yung energy management actually. Syempre nung nag-shift ako from corporate to freelancing yun. Sobrang parang 12 hours or more than 12 hours ako na nag-work. Parang ang tulog ko lang is 5 hours. Yun. So, yun. Naging struggle din natin. Pero ngayon, ang current struggle ko, pag nag-uusap-usap yung mga clients, nagsasabay-sabay sila, ayun yung medyo struggle ko ngayon na ang hirap kasi lalo na yung mga clients mo na matatagal na. Tapos, last week naman wala kang masyadong ginagawa, 'di ba? Tapos yung week na ano, the next week, parang nag-usap-usap sila na sabay-sabay yung projects. So yun yung naging struggle ko. So time management ang ginawa ko dun, time management talaga. So tapos I had to be honest with them. Sometimes you need to say no, which is mahirap lalo na kapag tiwala na sila sa'yo at ikaw talaga yung gusto nilang gumawa ng project na yun. Tapos, dapat lagi kang may backup. Yun. Ako naman, good thing, since I have a big connection ng mga creatives, yun, may mga natatap ako na pag may overflow, I get artists na, na pwedeng mag-help sa akin pag may overflow sa mga clients. So, yun yung, yung mga challenges ko currently. Tapos yun, sa health-wise, tumatanda na kasi tayo eh. Parang dapat madami na tayong nararamdaman. Hirap na magpuyat din. Ito matawa si Kabatch ba kita? Ikaw lang next. Challenges mo naman, Ann.
Challenges ko, let's see, paano magsimula? Sige, yung freelancing muna, when I was trying to get a client in Upwork, lalo pag bago. Actually, very challenging siya kasi lalo pag baguhan ka pala, just imagine the competition dun sa loob ng website sa artwork. There are like thousands of them, di ba? Ang hirap nun. Tapos ikaw bago ka pa lang. So, paano ako nag-stand out dun? Isa sa naging sandata ko para sa akin is yung, di ba sabi ko nga, during na nasa internet cafe ako, doon ako nakapag-build ng mga creative skill ko. So, yung mga dati kong ginawa doon sa internet cafe, saka yung mga naging past clients ko din, yung sa photo booth, yun ang ginamit kong portfolio doon sa Upwork. Talagang, lang siya, naka-PDF nga lang lahat eh. Ganun ang uso dati, wala. Hindi ko masyadong gamit yung website behind Snow. Hindi ko pa nga alam gamitin yun dati. So, nilagay ko na lahat sa PDF. Ayun, pinesent ko siya as in, yung best work na gusto ko ipakita sa mga gusto ko maging clients. Tapos, ang isa pang naging struggle ko doon dati, isa pag susulat ng proposal. Kasi tayo mga creatives, hindi naman tayo writers eh. Expert tayo sa paggawa ng design. We focus more on design. Paano pa kaya ang writing? So, panibago na namang skill siya. So, doon pala sa writing, as in, hindi ko kaya gumawa ng mahahabang elaborated na description how to create a proposal, no? So, kailangan ko pa gumawa ng research kung paano magsulat. So, ang ginawa kong diskarte regarding sa pagsusulat is nag-try ako kumuha ng mga courses. Kahit yung mga simpleng how to write how to write with less jargon. Yun. Kung baga wag kang masyadong technical sa pagsusulat mo, kailangan yung pagsusulatan mo, madali nilang maintindihan. So, during that time, doon nagsimula yung journey ko sa pagsusulat. So, yun. So, medyo na-exercise ko na yung pagsusulat, Siyempre, habang ina-exercise ko na yung paggawa ng proposals, ang dami ko ng rejections, as in, ang dami talaga. Until nakakuha na ako ng mangilang-ilang clients. So, yung mga una kong naging client, parang sinwerte pa nga ako. Kasi ang pinagawa lang sa akin, yung logo niya, papalitan ko lang yung kulay. As in, yun lang pinagawa niya. Ang bayad niya sa akin, $60.
Ay, gusto ko yan.
Yun lang pinagawa sa akin, $60 lang. So, yun, dahil parang nakabingo ako dun sa isang client. So, pagkatapos nun, syempre, ang mahalaga dun is to always ask for feedback. Kasi yung feedback ang magpupush sa'yo para maging mas visible ka dun sa loob ng platform. So, until nga natagpuan ko na yung si client na taga New York. Siyang talagang naging long-term client ko na umabot kami ng 4 years. Tapos, pwede ko re-connect to kasi alam ko karamihan sa mga tao nagka-struggle to get a client, which is also similar in getting a job. Kasi, your client is also like your employer And one way na para mag-stand out ka isa pa is to learn how to pitch. You have to pitch yourself. What makes you different from other creatives? And how can you help benefit their business? That's the most important kasi bago ko nakuha yung trabaho dito sa UK, grabe ang tindi na naging struggle ko. This is quite similar to freelancing when getting a client. Kasi just imagine, it took me 130 attempts just to get this single job. Mahigit 1 taon akong walang trabaho rito ever since nag-move kami ng mga anak ko noong 2021. Just, as in, umabot ko sa point na nag-away na kami ng asawa ko dahil nga wala pa akong trabaho. Tapos ang pinaka-impact na sinabi ng asawa ko, no, ang sakit nito. Sinusunod mo kasi ang gusto mo. Pag sinabi niya sa'yo yun, di ba, just, ang sakit, di ba? Siyempre, I want to follow my passion as a creative. Ever since nung sinabi niya yon, kasi tinry ko talaga mag-search ng trabaho as in graphic designer lang. Wala, ang hirap talaga. What if pa kaya sa pagkuha ng client, which is very hard for me. So, doon ko natutunan yung process on how to get sa pagkuha ng trabaho, which is, ngayon, na-apply ko din yung ganung process sa pagkuha ng client, which is made much easier for me. Mas madali na ako mag-stand out. So, ayun. Yun na aking masishare regarding sa struggles ko, pinagdaanan ko, bukod sa freelancing and also in employment.
So before we continuously have our discussion, let's say hi naman sa ating mga very active live listeners and watchers right now. So hello everyone. Hello kay Lad, Noel, Lonay. Hello, hello. Thanks for joining us live. Kay Fred, Jerome, CF, Brian. And maybe we can also answer some questions dito. First, si Jerome, this is for RK. He's interested to know saan po galing yung Simmer Studio? Why Simmer po ang name? So this is interesting.
Yeah, that's interesting. I also shared this to Brian with the Usapang Design show yesterday. So I would love to share it again. So thank you for that question. So Simmer Studios is connected to my love for food. So if I wasn't a graphic designer or a filmmaker, I told myself I would be a chef because I really love eating. So unfortunately, we cannot have everything. We cannot hindi talaga ako marunong magluto. So I tried pero talagang nakakatamad and I really don't have the skill to cook. Pero I really love eating. So I realized na I wanted to connect that, my love for food, into my passion, which is graphic design or branding and design. So, how did I connect that? So, if you guys visit our website, it's all food. So, I connected the services of Simmer into how we cook food. So, di ba, we cook food with creativity, then we slice it to precision. All those terms that we're using sa Simmer is all related to food. So we call ourselves creative cooks. We have fresh ideas. We have the terms like indulge with designs. We cook up meaningful stories. We have simmering executions, serving you stuff, so serving you designs. So these are the things that we connected to our own branding. So even our services, it's all connected to food because I really love food. So as you guys know, if you dine in a restaurant, diba, we have appetizers, we have main course and desserts. So in Simmer Studios, our appetizer are the brand strategy, everything that you need to start before the main course. So that's how we connected our services. And then the main course would be the ones that's their specialty, which is the design, the brand identity, everything inside. And then the desserts would be all the add-ons, which are photography, videography, motion graphics, different stuff. All the executions are under the desserts. So usually clients go to us just for main course, but some other clients take the full course when it comes to our services. So Simmer is from my food passion, and I really did think about that for a very very long time. Even the logo of Simmer, it's really something that I think um I would not regret in choosing in terms of the name of Simmer because it's really something that's very close to my heart. And yeah. So ayun. Thank you for that question.
That's so cute and super
Yung
creative.
brand,
I like
no?
the parang somehow alignment and infusion of your passion for food, for cooking, into your services and each. Para super aliw ako like yung sa branding, it's like your appetizer and things. Sobrang cool. It's so creative. I like it. And
Thank
let's say
you.
hi also to June for tuning in, kay Calvin, hello. And thank you, Nab. Ginreet niya tayo, Happy Women's Month, Women of the Creative Industry. So let's answer another question here para we can also interact with our audience. Sabi ni June, may nangyari na ba or may na-experience kayo na na-discriminate ang girls during your career and paano nyo i-handle kapag may ganang situation given na male-dominated din ang design industry? Thanks for asking that, June. Sige, while you're thinking, ladies, sa akin naman, I think I'm grateful na hindi ko pa naman siya na-experience. So if ever man mangyari yon, what I always say naman, if example, may mga clients na ma-encounter na that concern will be raised, it's always napag-uusapan naman in a kumbaga nice approach discussion to highlight not only because you're woman, but highlighting what you can do and what you can help them, what you can provide. So what I always say also, business is all about solving people's problems, and that's where we come in. Ano yung ma-address natin sa business nila? Ano yung mga challenges that we can help them through the services that we have. So kayo ba, ladies, may na-experience ba kayong ganon sa career ninyo?
Ako
Sa akin,
hindi
wala.
naman.
Wala. Fortunately, wala, no? Maganda yung mga culture ng mga nakakasama na yung mga companies na napupuntahan natin.
And let's answer the question also of Ronan. What advice would you give to other women and girls who feel that they can start their own freelancing expertise services? How should they go about it, or where should they start? Yeah. Maybe Anne, can you share your insights or thoughts about that question?
Sa mga girls na nagsisimula pa lang mag-freelance, paano sila
Yes,
mag-start out,
advice.
no? Okay. So kung nagsa-start pa lang kayo, first of all, gumawa kayo ng sarili nyong portfolio. Kasi portfolio is the ticket na para ipakita mo kung ano yung kakayahan mo sa paggawa ng design. So, ayun, for example, sabihin natin ang pwede mong gawin na design is for social media. Kasi isa sa mga tinuturo ko is how to specialize your design career. Kasi isa sa mga issue na nakikita ko sa mga graphic designers ngayon, lahat na lang ina-offer nila. Logo design, yun nga, poster design, brochure design, napakaraming ina-offer. So, nagiging issue doon is nagkakaroon ng confusion on the client side. Ano ba talaga ang kaya mong gawin? Or otherwise, they take advantage of what you do. Dahil kaya mong gawin lahat yon, yan ang babayad nila sa'yo kasi nga kaya mong gawin lahat. In your side, pwede ka sabihin natin unfair advantage sa'yo. So, ang pwede kong masabi na advice is create your portfolio, i-present mo yung portfolio mo, and then tell about yourself kung anong kaya mong gawin. Yun. Just don't be afraid na baka ang rejection kasi part talaga yan part ng growth. If ma-reject ka, that's fine. Keep on doing it. Kasi every time you do it, you will learn something new. Just don't give up until you get your very first client. Yeah.
Thanks, Anne, for sharing. And talking about the freelancing journey, syempre may iba-ibang emotions tayong na-experience It's not always happy na we close clients. It's not always joyful na we're working with clients na masarap katrabaho. Kumbaga, hindi talaga exempted na. Meron at times like hindi pleasant yung nagiging client na we're working with. Meron din naman na when onboarding the client, they're okay. And immediately in the middle of the project, something is happening. So can you share, be it parang horror stories? Hindi naman more of parang client horror stories, if you can share also like highlight the best experience na project na nakatrabaho niyo when it comes to client, or anything that you wanna share that would highlight your freelancing journey working with clients and doing projects. What would it
Alright. I think I can share first. So it's not really a horror story, but probably I get this question a lot when it comes to my talks or other workshops. So the question usually goes like, is there there's always this client daw na doesn't know what they want. So usually yun yung pinaka, even yesterday I think me and Brian got this question. So parang what happens if they don't know what they want? How do you handle all the revisions that you're gonna do? How you're gonna handle the project itself? So I think I solved this internally with my on how I started Zimmer, in which where we created the system on how we can communicate to clients even before the project starts. So we developed kind of a process which is called Zimmerscape, which is it's a version of a mood board, but a little bit more detailed because it's gonna be a discovery call wherein we get to know the client story, the brand story, the target market, um, the interests, the competitors, where are we gonna sell, what's our price point. So it's really a detailed questionnaire in which we will be presenting an initial mood board before we get to know anything about the client or even the project. So with this kind of approach, we developed a sense of getting to know the client, and the client also is really realizing a lot of the things with his or her brand. So with this process that we created, the client also um, nalilinawan siya in a way with all their vision with the brand, ganyan. And with that, it minimizes the revisions on our end. It minimizes all the confusion, and this is something also that I would recommend to other freelancers and also other business owners to really develop a system on what you think your client needs. It's more of a solution that will help you in the long run. It might be hard to create a system or a process, but it's gonna help your clients and you in the long run. Lesser revisions, lesser confusions, lesser misunderstandings, and easier for the turnarounds and everything like that. So that's really not a horror story, but more of an advice on those who are having like confused clients, and yeah, clients who don't know what they want. So you guys really just need to help them or solve their problems for them. So thank you for that question.
For Aisa, what can you share naman with the projects that you've handled?
Ako talagang may super horror story na worth $65,000 yung nawala sa amin. So ito, yung isa sa mga freelance client namin sa US na patenting company, um, I yun, kami yung gumagawa ng mga logos, banners, tapos iba din yung department for 3D kasi yung patenting yung mga ang tawag dun, yung mga inventions nila, yun may department din for 3D. Yung department ko is more of the logos tsaka initial banners ng mga clients na nagpapapatent ng mga inventions nila. So dahil sumobrang dami na ng work, I decided to hire some creative sa graphic artist of the Philippines. So ilan ba sila? Tatlo silang kinuha ako. Magagaling naman silang lahat. Tapos I instructed them na meron tayong stock photos. If ever wala talaga makita na maganda dun sa paid na stock photos, kung makakuha kayo ng free dun sa mga ano lang, yung mga like Pixabay, basta yung hindi tayo magkakaproblema sa licensing. Eh yung isang artist, ano, hindi ko alam kung anong ginawa niya. Sa Google talaga siya kumuha, hindi niya dinouble check na hindi pwedeng gamitin yung stock photo na nakuha niya. Ayun, nasu kami nung nagpa-patent, nung he was asking a full refund ng 65,000. Since yung patenting company, parang outsource niya rin kami. Kami yung pinapa-shoulder ng $65,000. I think that time, nasa mga 40 plus 46 pa yung dollars nun. So, mga, siguro more or less 3 million yung, yung sinisingil sa amin nung client. So, yun, mga 1 linggong iyakan yun. Kasi yung may-ari nung, parang, siya, call center siya na / marami ding consultancy. Cousin ko yung may-ari. So, yun, nag-iyakan kami ng cousin ko ng mga 1 week. Tapos eventually, na solusyon na naman namin. I think may nagawa sila dun sa nakausap naman nila yung napababa nila yung $65,000. Pero malaki yung nawala din sa amin nun. So after yung stress talaga nun, hindi ko hindi ko maarok ba. Kasi sobrang laki. Pero yun nga, ang lesson ng story, yun, double check talaga yung mga ginagamit nating mga stock photos. Ayan, sa Wacom din, nagkaroon kami ng, ng konting issue din with stock photos kay Adobe Stock naman. Kasi because of an AI generated thing. So, as a project manager, dapat keen ka din talaga na i-double check, huwag kang maging kampante. Kahit na sinabihan mo na yung mga artist mo, kailangan kung dapat i-quadruple check ba? Hindi lang double check, triple check yung mga gawa talaga nila. Though hindi ko rin talaga masisi yung sarili kasi sobrang overflow din ng mga work nun. Pero yun, double check. Laging gagamit ng license ng mga stock photos, lalo na kapag commercially mo gagamitin. Kaya marami tayong mga creatives dyan na na kumukuha lang sa Google. Until now, hindi nila nakikita yung pwedeng mangyari. Though kahit na sa US kasi mas mahigpit. Dito sa Philippines medyo hindi ganun kahigpit. Pero just to be sure, just to be safe, yon, gamit tayo ng mga commercially licensed na na stock photo. Or kung kaya naman mag-hire na kayo ng ayan, hire nyo sila Simmer Studios for photography, yan, di ba? For full package na wala kayong magiging problema. So, yun yung share ko at yung lessons na na pwede ko na share ko na be careful.
With Anne naman, what can you share?
Ang share ko, actually, ito lang, 2022 lang, nagkaroon ako na experience. Matindi yun eh. Actually, para pinaasa ko, nangyari sa akin yan. May nag-reach out sa akin sa Upwork. Sabi, gusto daw niya magpagawa ng logo na may kasamang brand identity. Hindi pa ako masyado specialized nun eh. Medyo, parang may 3 ako ina-offer dun sa Upwork. So, yun daw. So, nakita ko yung offer niya. Laki ng offer niya. Yung gusto niya ipagawa is worth 8,000 euros. Kala ko talaga, magkaka-premium client na ako. Kala ko makakabingo na ako na wala pa akong trabaho that time. So ngayon, nagkaroon kami ng exchanges ng emails na kung ano yung gusto namin mangyari dun sa sa kanyang business. Sinabi niya sa akin regarding sa business. As in, ang niyang kausap. As in very, akala mo nga very transparent siya. Kasi sinabi niya regarding sa story ng kanyang company. Nagsimula daw siya sa, sa Finland daw. Nagtitinda daw siya ng mga fishing gear. Yun ang kwento niya, Tapos, so, after that, nag-try na ako na, never ko pa naisipan na mag-upfront or humingi agad ng down payment. So, gumawa ako ng mga ilang parang sample sa kanya, parang maipakita ko anong pwede kong gawin sa kanyang brand. Dami kong effort na ginawa. Nilista ko lahat ng mga yung briefing, kung ano gusto ko mangyari sa sa kanyang brand, nilagay ko lahat. Gumawa pa ako ng logos in advance. So, umabot ng around 1 month, after a month. No. So, nag-try na ako humingi ng mga down payment. Tapos, ang gusto pa niya idaan, through crypto. Tapos, sa crypto dapat. Oo. Tapos, edi, sabi niya, mag-register ako sa ganyan. May pinakita siyang website.
Ang fishy na, no?
Oo, doon nagsimula. Pero tinry ko pa rin. Malakas ang loob ko nun eh. Tinry ko pa rin. So,
Very
sige. Gumawa na ako ng parang account. Tapos, ito, sige, ito na yung address ko. Aba, sabi daw yung babayad na daw siya. Wala, pinaasa ako. Bigla akong nag-ghost. So,
Oh.
nasayang lahat ng effort ko, lahat ng ino-offer, gagawin ko dapat na project para sa kanya. Wala, nasayang lang. As in, ang bigat ng loob ko nun. Lintik ka, kala ko ba naman tuloy itong project na to. Pero kahit pa paano, walang nawala sa akin. Ay, it's okay lang. Pero yung pinaasa ka, ang tagal, umabot na 1 buwan.
Buti nga hindi mo naranasan yung ano, yung 'di ba yung ibang mga graphic, yung mga creatives, nagpapa-transfer muna sila ng gantong amount before ma-push yung project. Dami din ganong scam eh, no?
Yeah. Kaya ingat-ingat kayo kapag hiningi kayo ng crypto. Naku, bakit wag na ayoko mag-crypto. Thankful na lang ako, wala nawala sa akin, kaya okay lang yun. Sige, bahala ka. Pinaasa ako.
Wala kayong contract nun?
Meron siyang binigay na letter. Ito nga, binubuksan ko ngayon. Ito siya. May binigay siyang letter, tapos anong gusto niya. Yan lang. As in, mukhang legit talaga. As in, ang forma niyan tignan. Mukha siya legit. Kasi ang sabi ko, bago natin simulan yung project, dapat merong contract. Pero parang hindi kami dumaan sa ganun. Hingi agad ng, yun nga, pera agad. Kaya very careful tayo sa mga ganong klaseng tao. Natin alam.
Pwede may babasahin lang akong comment. Basahin ko yung comment from my husband. Sabi niya yung struggle ni Aiza, paano mag-mythical glory sa ML habang sinasabay mag-video edit. Hi sa husband ko. Thank you for watching. I love you.
Sweet naman.
Speaking of dun sa nabanggit ni Anne, it's a great way also to use this podcast para yung mga newbie and beginners, they will be equipped also. Para before it happens, they already know what to do. With my experience naman, it's not really horror story. It's sort of not really red flag, but yellow flag. So yung client namin, we're working with her na in the middle of the project na patapos na. And then the remaining balance of hers, she needs to settle. Tapos sabi niya, hindi mo na daw niya babayaran, which is weird. Kasi kailangan para parang matatapos na yung project. And ito yung beauty, guys, of always starting with a contract before diving in. What I also share with freelancers, before you accept payment, it's important na mag-contract signing muna kayo para covered kayo both. Kasi may iba, diba, na they pay, tapos biglang nagbago yung isip. Which is okay lang naman kasi may iba talaga na they accept refund. Pero if you're growing na, like with us, siyempre, may capacity planning kami, I have team members, diba, we plan it out na. So, sort of, it has an operational cost on our end already. Now, we're expecting everything, we're preparing. So, to prevent that from happening before we accept talaga the payment or any DP, we make sure na contract signing muna para hindi lang naman covered kami, but to protect also our client na sure sila na we're gonna deliver everything once they settle the payment. So, yun yung mga additional advice that I can share para hindi din, kumbaga maiwasan din na yung effort ninyo. Kasi may mga ganun nga na, shady and sneaky way na papagawa sa inyo as if it's really sure. Especially yung mga starting freelancers nga na very vulnerable, hindi pa sila fully equipped with knowledge na, ganito pala dapat yung gawin, ganito pala yung dapat kong i-secure. And may mga ganong tao na somehow sadly taking advantage of this new freelancers na magpapagawa agad sila, sasabihin na you have to deliver first before we pay. So, ang nangyayari, di ba, tinatakbuhan na sila or nag-ghost nga sila. So, yun yung pwede kong i-share naman para you protect yourself also from exerting your effort, um, exerting your time and energy also in a project para make sure na you're well compensated with all the services you're gonna deliver. And as much as we want to keep this conversation going, napaka parang full of learning sa mga audience natin. To wrap this up, although nakapag-share na yung each of us mga freelancing advice, but if you're gonna sum all the conversation that we have or even your journey, present man yan or in the past or in the future, what can you tell our viewers for them to keep on growing and be successful in this industry that where we are in?
Alright, I'll be the first. Before that, I saw two comments that I didn't answer pala about Simmer. So, her nanny Toledo asked if I was wondering if your niche or target market are food related or restaurants, or are you attracting more of it as a result? So that's a very good question. We are targeting a lot of food brands in Simmer, specifically siguro nga because of our branding. Pero eventually some other sets of brands are also chiming in already. Like, there are construction brands, there are fashion brands, skincare brands, different brands na din talaga. So, I guess it's a good thing because they're going to Simmer because how they liked our branding. So, in a way, they are also looking forward to kind of a unique branding concept from their end. So, meron pang time na I think na-mistake siguro yung isang person. Nag-apply siya, she's applying for a chef position na literally a chef talaga. Yung resume niya like chef. So I think na-mistake niya yung branding for Simmer as a restaurant talaga. So very strong yung presence namin in a way na na we really use restaurant terms in that way. So I'm just gonna answer that out there. And I also saw a question about if I have a dog. I'm gonna show you guys my dog. This is my dog. I saw a question.
Cute
So,
naman! Sarap i-hug, o, diba? Pasa mo dito.
What's the name? What's his or her name?
she's Sushi. I saw a question.
Wow,
about
yummy na. Ang cute.
ito yung name ng dog ko pagkain. Sushi. So, to answer Janelle's question then, before we end, my main advice, if you really have a vision, try your best to follow your dreams, and hopefully all the struggles and the burnouts, um, you guys could overcome it if ever, because you need to have a strong mindset with whatever you put into. So please expect a lot of challenges along the way, a lot of struggles. It's part of life. Failures are part of what what defines you in the future. So don't be afraid to fail. That's one of the best things that I learned in this life, and especially in when it comes to business. So I really would love to reiterate that whatever happens, or whatever, if you make mistakes, or if you didn't achieve your specific goals, then you just try to continue with whatever you have. You try to explore, you try to restart. So that's the best advice that I could give to different creatives out there. Whatever your visions are for your future, you're the only one who can survive that battle, because your mindset should always be a winning victory already. If you have a weak mindset with a very weak motivations every day, it's gonna reflect with all your decisions, with all the things that are gonna happen to you. So as long as you have a strong mindset about your goals in terms of your future, in terms of your creative industry, then you have nothing to worry about. So that's all for me, and I also would love to have to know your advices, Anne, Isa, and Janelle, for all our other creatives who's tuning in right now.
Go, Anne. You may go ahead.
Okay. Relate ako kay RK, no? Kasi syempre, lahat naman tayo part talaga ng life natin na ang struggles. Kasi hindi ako maniniwala kung sasabihin ko wala ka pinagdaan ng struggle. 'Di ba? Struggles help us grow. Doon lang tayo nagkakaroon ng lesson sa buhay natin na every struggle, nagkakaroon ka ng realizations na, ay, mali pala yung ginawa ko, dapat ganito pala dapat, ganun. Doon tayo nagkakaroon ng lesson na every time we overcome a struggle, we come up with something that will make us a better person. Diba? Katulad ko, when I was searching for my first job here in the UK, ang unang struggle ko is, paano ako magsa-stand out? Out of 1,000 applicants na mga competitors ko, yun. So, I found a way kung paano ako mag-stand out. Kung paano ako mapansin ng mga employers. Which is, I was able to build my own personal brand. Yung personal brand ang nakatulong sa akin para ako yung mag-stand out. So, hindi ako parang isang generic na graphic designer pa nag-apply ako as in wala ka lang, invisible ka lang. No, I was able to make it stand out because of my personal brand. I learned how to stand out. So, nagsimula talaga ako gumawa ng content noong 2022. Doon ako nagsimula. Tapos, nagamit ko yun. So, when, for example, an employer tries to make, I am sure, sinesearch nila kung sino ka online. Bukod sa resume na binigay mo, they will make an attempt to search you in social media on who you are. So, isa rin yun sa nakatulong sa akin to make sure I am visible anywhere. At syempre, pag tinignan nila yung halimbawa yung Facebook mo, they will judge you. They will judge you for who you are, kung ano yung mga pinapost mo. Kaya kailangan, when you post things about yourself, yung more on the positive side of, halimbawa, yung family mo, ganun. Yun ipapakita mo. Kasi, sa totoo lang, kapag pinakita mo yung part na isang bagay na hindi magustuhan ng employer mo, ang hirap pag-stand out, promise. Kaya yung personal branding ang nakatulong sa akin para ako makakuha ng trabaho. So, every time, yung resume ko, re-revamp ko siya lagi. Every rejection, re-revamp ko. Until na nakakuha na ako ng mga sagot, reply sa mga HR. So, ibig sabihin, the ideas, every mistakes na pinadaanan ko is starting to work. So, I'm always setting the next goal. That's also important. Every time nakaset ka na-achieve mo na yung goal mo, set another next goal. Ano yung susunod mong gusto mong gawin once you have achieved it? That goal will help you keep going. Kasi, ang goal, hindi ma-reach yan kung hindi ka dumaan sa mga maraming struggles before be able to end your end goal. So, when I was able to get the responses, next is the interview. So, when I was able to get the interviews, nakaliba akong interview nun, until I finally get the end goal, which is to get hired. And thankfully, when I got hired, it's a global company. So, for me, it's a blessing na I was able to get hired on a company na hindi ko akalain lang itong makapag-hire sa akin. Just imagine, there's so many businesses in the world na pwede mag-hire sa akin. Ito pa ang naging una-una kong company na global pa. So, nagpakita ako ng parang value ko and show my value as of who I am, that I am not just a generic designer. Pinakita ko talaga kung sino ako authentically. So, that's it.
What's yours, Aiza?
Sa akin naman siguro, don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone. Medyo generic, pero, 'di ba, yung technology natin ngayon keeps, ang bilis ng technology natin ngayon. So, i-discover nyo siya, i-try nyo siya, huwag kayong matakot. Lalo na ngayon, medyo ngayon yung AI. So, yun. And I think another mas masasabi ko is invest in good brands like MSI. Yan. I-link natin yung mga sponsors natin. Kasi when you use mga good brands, syempre mas mataas yung productivity natin. Tapos ArtForce, create your portfolio. Pwede kayo mag-create ng portfolio dyan. Get yourself out there. Post lang kayo sa mga social media, libre yan. So, if you keep on posting, mas magiging visible kayo, makakuha kayo ng mga mas madami pang client. Manood kayo lagi ng PGA Network kasi marami kayong matututunan like tonight. Ang dami ko natutunan sa aking mga ladies na kasama. Manood din kayo Uncapped Potential yan si Cam. Pati yung mga, ayan, yung mga special visual, graphico. Bili din kayo ng design shirt ni Boss June, yung 50% down payment. Huwag yung kakalimutan maningil, mag-charge ng 50% down payment before starting a project. Secure a contract before doing anything. Sino pa ba yung ano natin, sponsors natin? Janelle, baka pakidagdagan na lang.
Sure. Yeah. Thanks, Isa, for that. Syempre, this show won't be possible with our partners and sponsors. And we would love to thank MSI, Art Force, Visual Graphico, Scenario Studios, hope I pronounced it correctly, DSYN, Kako Studios, Exceed Digital, Simmer Studios, and AMB Creatives. Thank you so much for always supporting this show kasi this won't be possible and continuously rerunning without your support. So thank you so much for these brands partnering with PGA Network. And siguro to end this wonderful episode that we have dito sa Girls Night Out, for me naman, what I can share as an advice is you really have to accept the reality that doing business is not easy. It's not also for everyone. So if you want to do freelancing, make sure na you're really decided in doing this, committed. Kasi when I started, wala sa mindset ko yung like, I'm gonna try, let's see. So you really have to be sure na eto siya. And cliche it may sound, pero totoo talaga tong kasabihan na to na if you really love what you're doing, it doesn't feel like work.
Right.
Kasi sa akin, right now, I'm working in my business more than 8 hours, pero it doesn't feel like that. Unlike nung sa corporate ako na pag OT talagang bilang na bilang ko yung OT hours ko. Pero dito, I don't care if I'm working more than 12 hours kasi I really love what I do. And I enjoy it. Hindi ko siya kinakount na as work talaga na nag-work ako ng ganitong hours na. But it comes with the struggles, challenges also. Like RK, Anne, and Isa shared na there will be challenges. It's part of the journey. And when doing business nga, be it freelancing or creative, yung challenges hindi nawawala. So you should embrace it. It's part of it. Kasi nga we're in business. We're solving problems. So if we want to be really successful, yung challenges lume-level up lang yan eh. Hindi siya nawawala. Nadadagdagan lang siya and mas nagiging challenging. And that's where growth comes in, which I really love. Because in business, if you want growth, you will really grow. Especially with the clients that you're working with, diba? You're interacting with different kinds of people. Dun ko na-appreciate yung entrepreneurship na it's really character development. Talagang mag-grow ka as a person, you will be really patient. And I'm also a high advocate of personal development. In our industry, katulad yan yung na-mention ng three ladies na kasama ko right now, our industry is fast-paced, diba? Na kagaya nga ng mga changes in the technology like AI. Pero we shouldn't be scared. We shouldn't be excited kasi it's our opportunity to hone our skills. Talagang mas galingan pa natin kasi I strongly believe na AI is just a tool. It's not really a replacement. Iba pa din talaga yung nagagawa nung kumbaga human beings. Meron tayong may offer na hindi kayang gawin ng tools, ng robots, or ng automation. And iba yung personal touch ng humans na magagawa sa every work that we have. So you have to keep on learning because if you really want to grow and deliver exceptional and excellent service to clients, hindi ka pwedeng mag-settle with what you know na. Kasi pwedeng yung alam mo ngayon won't not be relevant in the future or at present. So dapat you keep updated also with kung ano man yung nangyayari sa current industries as of the moment. So I hope this episode gave you so much learning, insights, and advice, and it helped you also. Pero since sobrang dami nating comments and ang dami nating viewers na talagang very supportive, na most likely yung iba hindi na namin na kita since ang dami na nagko-comment. But thank you so much for supporting, for commenting, for asking your questions also. Maybe if may other questions pa kayo sa each of us, syempre you can follow naman every one of us sa mga social, so you can further see how we do work, or we can still be connected with each other. So before we end this episode, you can watch out for the PGA Boys Night Out after the Holy Week, since we will be observing some holidays. So keep in touch na lang and always be updated with every updates, announcements sa PGA FB page natin. So thank you so much for tuning in. Thanks everyone. Thank you.
Thanks,
Shout out kay
everyone.
Boss Polongski.
Thank you so much.
Nanood.